take electric guitar and fire on Jan Bright Blue. 'Cause I was raised on rock and roll.
Yeah, that's no big deal. Do you have someone from Norway playing steel guitar on your album? Nay, nay. Gunderson. Hey man, you know what? We kicked around with H.P. Gunderson, and he lives in Norway, and I recently was watching The Witches.
The Witches.
And they filmed that movie in his town. And I was pretty excited about that small fact. Just FYI, no big deal. You know, the truth be told, I think the first time that I heard Ohio Valley Springtime was in our movie.
Sunday morning.
We made a movie, and we were sitting in the Neon Theater, and there was a part where Chad had edited all the movie and put it together, and it was brilliant. We really hadn't seen it, so it was like a real film release. And he sang that to kind of show his end and how he writes songs, and it was beautiful. And we're like, why are we not doing that?
And the weeds grow as high as you feel. Paisley trays, eggs are frying, kids are home, everybody's safe. And the weeds grow as high as you feel.
Ohio Valley Springtime is really, it just makes me so happy to play it. It's just a very uplifting song, just in the emotion of it. And yeah, I don't know. It's really, I don't know. That song just makes me happy.
Well, that's a perfectly valid feeling to have about it.
I was blown away by the flute work on it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting that. And when I'm just like, when I hear it, it's so beautiful. It's just like this, like, Piper spirit from Middle Earth, just like elbows her way into your fucking record, just bust out a fucking flute solo. It's so nice, you know?
You just love my face.
You got like your girls on there and stuff. That's pretty awesome, you know? Like when you came down to do that, so cool that you can take this passion and like share it with your kids and like and actually put them on your record, you know what I mean? And the ukulele parts and stuff like that. To see your kids get to like experience that and like queue up a headphone mix for them, and you know what I mean? Like they're the biggest client that ever walked in the door, and just like make them feel as special as the moment deserves to feel at that time, you know? And now they're on your record.
Ohio Valley Springtime, and the dandelions have all gone to seed.
You're gonna see my ass sitting on a country music awards channel, and I'm gonna be irritated as shit because I don't like country. I'll be sitting there, and they're gonna pan over at Cricketbows, and I'm gonna be like, wah, wah. Like Debbie Downer, man. No.
It grows high as you feel.
Country music is so complicated. It is true. Country, from a commercial perspective, is the #1 genre on the radio in America right now. And yet it is such a narrow swath of a very particular type of artist that, depending on who you ask, is or is not really actual country music. So there are all these other genres and places where artists who play traditional or, heritage instruments have found their place. Alt country, roots, Americana. We're seeing this beautiful resurgence of country and folk performers of color right now, which is amazing. Folks who have always had a place within that music, but not commercially. So the whole commercial versus non-commercial question is super tricky. But going back to the sort of alt country scene, which really found its toehold in college rock, what we called college rock, which has morphed into indie rock Americana, there has been a home for these instruments and for these sounds woven into rock and roll. And one of the things that I love about the Dayton music community especially is because we have these interesting musical juxtapositions in our own history. We've got, on the one hand, funk music. On the other hand, we have traditional Appalachian influence. And you've got this solid foot in rock and roll, especially in the 90s. It all comes together and it gets twisted up in really, really interesting ways. And it's been really exciting to me to see on a larger scale artists who are embracing their musical roots and those country music roots coming to the forefront and being celebrated for that. And also bringing to light some of those heritage artists whose music has been, kind of ignored over the years. But in our local community, what's really exciting to me is seeing the really, really interesting ways that bands like Cricketbows and other bands are taking traditional sounds, traditional instruments, and blending them with the other things they came up with, their own rock and roll sensibilities, bringing that in and crafting something that's very much their own, that can honor kind of the both in their own musical history.
Was blind, but now I see.
Having a country sound on Ohio Valley Springtime is interesting. That song certainly has those influences, but I think if you ask any member of Cricketbows if we're a country band, we would say no.
So I hate country, and I have to explain this because I'm not touching on my dear goddess Dolly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about the love of my life, Kenny Rogers. I'm saying I don't like new country. Whenever Chad writes a country song, clearly country, I have to manifest out of me somewhere this what is it that I don't like about country and do the opposite of that. So what is it that I like about country and try to go that route. And I've changed my opinion a little bit too, to be honest. So, whatever. Don't tell anybody.
Mountain lady up on Morning Star Road. Can you show me where the bluegrass grows? We'll sail gently on our mother's ways above the red clay and green slate stream.
Back in my cage where I belong.
What is that instrument called?
Well, this is a clave, and then this is an LP block of some sorts. I forget what they're called. Jam block, maybe?
We're going to be playing that through the disaster transport into, I believe, that orange right there.
So in Kentucky Mountain Lady, we were trying to find some alternative percussion things to put in there.
Well, it was Chad that was trying to come up with like a vibra slap, I think, in certain points.
Seasons bring all dead wild roads.
And we did not have a vibra slap in the studio, and we went ahead and we rigged up this wood block, put a mic on it, and we ran the mic into an earthquake disaster something or other pedal that you'd hit it and it just kept going, and it kind of gave you that vibra slap feel, but spacier. It's a super unique sound.
Kentucky Mountain Lady, like that song just makes me happy.
Mountain Beauty on Morning Star Road.
With Kentucky Mountain Lady, it's something beautiful about someone you clearly care deeply for.
Well, sail gently.
There's nothing more magical than being able to express to someone how deeply you love them. The song Kentucky Mountain Lady is a love letter. It's authentic, it's real, it's powerful, man.
I speak electric.